The Thunder City is so terrifying. Yue couldn't help but exclaim as they flew on their soul beast towards Thunder City, which was shrouded in thunder and mist, located several thousand meters away. This is Thunder City, Mou said with a smile. There's still a month before the official competition starts. After we finish registering, you can wander around Thunder City. The city is heavily guarded and very safe. Whatever pills or weapons you need can be purchased here, which will enhance your strength, as long as you have enough money, Mou added. Got it. Xiao Yin and the others nodded slowly, clearly more excited about the upcoming Eastern Continent competition. Let's go, old friend. Time to enter the city, Mou said, and a gentle power surged from within him as he directed their flight path straight toward Thunder City. With a low rumble, the soul beast passed through the thunder, slowly descending into the city. Lord Mou, what brings you here personally? A man's voice called out as they landed in a large square meant for soul beasts to rest. The man wore a broad smile, and his aura was notably strong. His silver robe seemed to subtly emit a strange, thunderous energy, with the character Lei, Thunder, slowly appearing on his shoulder. These people are acquaintances of mine. I was getting bored at the Transmission Mountain range, so I decided to come over, Mou said with a laugh. Upon hearing this, Duan Yu's pupils flickered. He knew Mou's temperament well. If Mou was willing to personally escort them, it meant they shared a close relationship. People from Forged Blade Thunder Valley? Xiao Yin quickly deduced after a glance. The man had the embroidered Lei character, and the faint aura of thunder indicated he was likely from the Thunder Valley, a dominant force in the Eastern Continent. Greetings, friends. I am Duan Yu, a member of the Thunder City Lord's Manor. Today, I'm responsible for guiding the participants of the competition for registration, Duan Yu said. The City Lord's Manor. Xiao Yin smiled slightly. No doubt, the City Lord's Manor was a branch of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley in Thunder City. Thanks for your help, Mou said, not dwelling on the details. He knew that Duan Yu's identity would save them a lot of trouble. Please follow me, Lord Mou and friends. There are dozens of registration points for this competition, but the one at the City Lord's Manor has the least number of participants, as it requires certain conditions to register, Duan Yu explained. What conditions? Yuren Ran asked. Your cultivation must be at least at the level of 1-star Docian. The other registration points have no restrictions. As long as you're from the Eastern Continent, you can register. Only the City Lord's Manor has stricter requirements, Duan Yu added with a smile. 1-star Docian. Xiao Yin muttered. Here we are, Duan Yu said as they arrived at the City Lord's Manor. They were stunned by the 3 large silver characters on the plaque, City Lord's Manor. The characters seemed to carry a hidden power, which made them feel a sense of awe. Let's go. Duan Yu took a step forward and led them into the building. He, young master, he is truly a hero among the young. At such a young age, his strength has already reached the late 1-star Docian stage. It's truly impressive. Ah, it's nothing. My father's teachings are just exceptional. My father said that in this Eastern Continent competition, I must win the championship. Of course. Though, the temper of the registration staff at the City Lord's Manor is quite strange, Duan Yu said, leading the group through the expansive City Lord's Manor. As they walked, they overheard quiet conversations from those who had finished registering. We've arrived. This room is where Elder Duan Feng is handling the registration, Duan Yu said slowly. His expression darkened when he mentioned Duan Feng. As Duan Yu finished speaking, Xiao Yin turned his gaze toward the large room ahead. It's actually that old fellow Duan Feng. Upon hearing this, Mou shook his head slightly, clearly indicating they were old acquaintances. Lord Mou, you must be aware of Elder Duan Feng's temper. Right now, it's still the registration period, so I kindly ask you to step into the guest hall. Once the 3 friends have completed their registration, I will notify you immediately, Duan Yu said. Very well, Mou replied in a low voice, not wanting to make things difficult for Duan Yu. Someone, escort Lord Mou to the hall to rest for a moment, Duan Yu commanded. As soon as his words fell, a graceful maid appeared from the distance, confidently leading Mou away. Now, you 3, let's go, Duan Yu said with a smile, turning his attention to the three individuals after completing the arrangements. Though Duanyu held a high status within the city lord's manor, he had seen countless remarkable women. However, upon seeing Xun'er and her sister, a wave of joy welled up within him. The sister's beauty was truly extraordinary, but fortunately, Duanyu wasn't one to act impulsively based on lust, sparing him from any foolish actions. Knock, knock, knock. Elder Duanfeng, I've brought some of Lord Mo's friends here to register, Duanyu said as they arrived at a wooden house and lightly tapped on the open door. Friends of Mou, huh? Come in. A lazy voice drifted from within the wooden house just as Duanyu finished speaking. However, Xiao, with his sharp soul power, detected a peculiar shift in the douqi of the figure inside upon hearing the name Mou. Though it was just a single phrase, it carried a strange power that momentarily froze Xiao and his companions in place, unable to move. This old geezer, Xiao muttered as he unleashed his powerful soul power, swiftly dispelling the oppressive force. Oh, interesting. Finally, some amusing little ones have arrived, the voice inside remarked, seemingly intrigued by Xiaoyan's formidable soul power. Let's go, Duanyu said softly, clearly sensing Xiaoyan's brilliant display of soul power. Mou and Duanfeng shared a complicated relationship. Though they were on friendly terms, they often found themselves at odds. When Elder Duanfeng learned that these three had come on behalf of Mou, he couldn't resist playing a little trick. Duanfeng, a perfected 3-star Docian, had used his Docian level pressure to intimidate Xiao and his group, intending to make a point. However, Xiaoyan's soul power had effortlessly nullified the attempt. Come in, Duanfeng said again, his tone now calm and composed, as he refrained from any further antics. I'll take my leave now, Duanyu said, not lingering after Duanfeng spoke. What do we do now? Yue asked nervously, still shaken by the earlier oppressive force. Without Xiaoyan's intervention, they might have been forced to their knees. We go in, Xiaoyan said with a smile, taking the lead toward the wooden house. The two women followed suit. As they entered, the faint scent of sandalwood greeted them, calming their spirits. Inside the modest wooden house, a white-haired elder emerged. On the desk before him were registration materials, paper, pens, and an exquisite crystal orb of superior quality. Junior Xun'er from Yi City's Rain Sect greets Elder Duanfeng. Junior Yue from Yi City greets Elder Duanfeng. Junior Xiao greets Elder Duanfeng. The three offered their salutations in turn. Heh, kid. You're the one who dispelled my douqi pressure just now, weren't you? Duanfeng teased, appearing beside Xiao in a flash, his speed ghostly and unsettling. Just a fluke, Elder, Xiao replied humbly, aware of Duanfeng's overwhelming power. By Xiao estimate, this elder's strength even surpassed Mou's. Heh, don't play coy with me, kid. That soul power of yours, used to counter my douqi pressure, was quite unique, Duanfeng said with a mischievous grin. His sharp eyes had noticed Xiaoyan's brief but potent display of soul power. Elder Duanfeng, we're here to register for the Eastern Continent competition, Xun'er interjected, puzzled as to why Duanfeng was so fixated on Xiao. Heh, two fine young ladies, impressive, very impressive, Duanfeng remarked, finally letting Xiao off the hook. All right, one at a time, Duanfeng said, returning to his desk. All right, the information has been registered. There's one more step. Please input your douqi into this crystal ball. We also have a ranking system for strength, Duanfeng said as he picked up a brush and wrote some characters on a piece of paper. Then, he gently waved his hand, causing the crystal ball on the desk to fly towards Yue. Understood. Yue nodded, casting a glance at Xiao and her sister. She then gently lifted the crystal ball with her hand. Relax, focus your mind and energy. Just channel your douqi from your battle core into the ball, Duanfeng instructed, though he still had high expectations for Xiao. V-Room. As Duanfeng finished speaking, a faint green light slowly emerged from Yue's body. Zzz. As this green light surged, the crystal ball suddenly emitted a strong glow, lighting up Yue's figure. 5. Soon, as the light faded, a faint word appeared on the crystal ball. Level 5. Not bad. Duan Feng commented calmly. After all, Yu Wei's strength hadn't reached the 2-star Do Xian level yet, so a rating of 5 was expected. Senior, what does level 5 mean? Yu Renran naturally didn't understand Duan Feng's reference to level 5 and asked. Hee. Duan Feng chuckled. The Eastern Continent competition is of great importance. Only those from the Eastern Continent can participate. After simple registration, we need to test their strength. The tool for testing is this crystal ball. This crystal ball was forged by the Valley Master of our forged blade Thunder Valley. It can accurately assess both the strength and purity of a person's Do Qi. It has 10 levels, ranging from low to high. However, throughout history, only the Valley Master has ever reached the highest level, Duan Feng explained. Level 5. Yu Wei looked at the number on the crystal ball and fell into thought. All right, Miss Yu, most people only reach level 3 after condensing their battle core. Reaching level 5 is already quite impressive, Duan Feng smiled. Understood. Yu Wei nodded lightly, not feeling anything unusual. Next, it's my turn. Yu Renran, late 2-star Do Xian. Yu Renran smiled slightly. Late 2-star Do Xian? Duan Feng was stunned for a moment. Although he had already known that Yu Renran was strong, he was still taken aback. There was no doubt that someone of this age reaching the late 2-star Do Xian level would be considered an elite in the entire Eastern Continent. Late 2-star Do Xian, huh? Xiao Yin nodded slightly. In Yi City, their Rain sect was quite powerful, and their sect master was a late 3-star Do Xian. Though only a 1-star difference, the gap was far from negligible. After all, in the higher realms, humans were born with the basic strength of a Do Saint or above, so there was no need to train from Do Qi like Xiao Yin. The strength gap between generations in one family could be greatly reduced. After all, the level of a Do Xian was largely based on talent, not age. V-Room. Soon, Yu Renran's crystal ball emitted a dazzling energy, and the number 8 appeared prominently within. Sister, you're amazing! Yu Wei exclaimed with genuine happiness. Though the two sisters were close in age, their strength was vastly different, mainly due to differences in talent. Cultivating to the Do Xian level was incredibly difficult. Without enough opportunities, it could take hundreds or even thousands of years to make even a small improvement. Not everyone could rely on devouring the sacred flame to advance like Xiao Yin. Level 8? Xiao Yin couldn't help but feel a surge of shock in his heart. He had originally thought Yu Renran's strength rating would be level 7, but he never expected it to be 8. However, after thinking about it carefully, he realized that when he went to the Soul Break Cave to rescue Yu Renran, she had been poisoned and didn't fight. He hadn't seen her in action, but it was clear she was quite powerful. To be rated as level 8, Yu Renran was no doubt a formidable opponent. Level 8? Duan Feng was also surprised when he saw the result. Senior, you're too kind, Yu Renran said modestly, then stepped back and handed the crystal ball to Xiao Yin. With their ratings complete, only Xiao Yin remained. Kid, it's your turn now. I hope you don't disappoint me, Duan Feng said as he finished registering the information for the two women and turned his attention to Xiao Yin. In the Ghost Realm, alchemists are incredibly rare, leading to extensive protection and special privileges for those in the profession. The Eastern Continent is no exception. In fact, due to the constant exposure to lightning and weaponry in Forged Blade Thunder Valley, much residual lightning power accumulates, which only specific pills crafted by high-ranking alchemists can dispel. As a result, alchemists are highly esteemed both in Thunder City and Forged Blade Thunder Valley. Junior Xiao Yin, early 2-star Do Xian, Xiao Yin said with a smile. Your profession? Duan Feng inquired calmly on the surface, though internally he was extremely anxious. The registration process had been ongoing for several months, and though the total number of applicants from all outposts had exceeded 10,000, the number of alchemists could be counted on one hand. My profession, Xiao Yin pondered for a moment before replying, an alchemist. An alchemist? Duan Feng's eyes lit up at Xiao Yan's words. What rank? Senior, isn't this registration process a bit too detailed? Xiao Yin remarked slyly, detecting something unusual. When it comes to ordinary people, normal procedures suffice. But for certain special individuals, Extraordinary methods are necessary, Duan Feng replied. Third-rank Emperor-grade alchemist, Xiao Yin answered softly. By now, Xiao Yan's soul power had reached the immortal realm, and he had even condensed a spirit palace. His alchemy skills had long surpassed the immortal rank 4th grade, though he had yet to determine his precise level since he hadn't refined any pills recently. What? Duan Feng was taken aback by the revelation. The title of 3rd-rank Emperor-grade alchemist was no small matter. It was the threshold to becoming an immortal grade 4th-rank alchemist. In any faction, having such an alchemist in their ranks would significantly elevate their status, with the faction likely sparing no effort to support their advancement to immortal grade. Early 2-star Do Xian, 3rd-rank Emperor-grade alchemist, Duan Feng muttered softly. Hearing this, Yu Wei, standing nearby, couldn't hide her surprise. Xiao Yan's identity as an alchemist was enough to command respect from even the most formidable experts. Well, let's proceed to the next step. Let me test your Do Qi purity. After jotting down some basic information, Duan Feng returned the crystal ball to Xiao Yan and spoke. All right. Xiao Yan nodded and gently placed his palm on the crystal ball. What an unusual material. It seems to be guiding the Do Qi from my battle core out. As soon as Xiao Yan touched the crystal ball, a faint disturbance began to ripple outward. Whoosh! Before long, the room was filled with a dazzling red light, and an intensely scorching aura started to permeate the large study. Such formidable Do Qi fluctuations. Just from its purity, it must be at least level 9, Duan Feng exclaimed with a smile. In truth, the Eastern Continent competition aimed merely to select talents to represent the region in the 4 continents competition. Excelling there, and catching the eye of a powerful figure from the ferocious soul domain could bring glory to the Eastern Continent. However, the Do Qi purity test held little significance for the actual competition. Forged Blade Thunder Valley included it for its own internal reasons. It's still not over? Stop now. Satisfied with his result, Xiao Yan prepared to withdraw. The purity had already reached level 9, more than sufficient. Buzz. The room remained engulfed in brilliant red light, and the crystal ball continued to radiate intensely. It seemed intent on drawing out the sacred flame within Xiao Yan, attempting to harness its immense power. Damn it, stop! Alarmed, Xiao Yan unleashed his soul power to halt the process, but to no avail. Crack! A moment later, the crystal ball shattered with a resounding crash. How is this possible? Duan Feng and the others hadn't noticed that the crystal ball had briefly extracted a trace of Xiao Yan's sacred flame, causing it to collapse under the overwhelming energy. It broke? Yurenran couldn't help but shake her head gently. With her sharp eyes, she had noticed the initial reading on the crystal ball start at level 9, then surge to 10 in an instant. Moments later, it even reached a 10+ level before the crystal ball disintegrated entirely. Haha. After a moment of stunned silence, Duan Feng suddenly burst into laughter, an expression of exhilaration on his face. Senior, what does this mean? Xiao Yan asked, puzzled by the abrupt shift in mood. No need to worry. I've recorded the information for all 3 of you. In 1 month, Thunder City will release the specific details and rules for participating in the Eastern Continent competition. Use this time to sharpen your skills. Someone, show our guests to their quarters, Duan Feng said, clutching the registration sheet tightly. Don't underestimate the importance of purity in one's heart. Take the Dragon Clan, for instance. The Dragon Clan is undoubtedly the progenitor of all dragon-type magical beasts. Creatures like the ancient Void Dragon are merely high-level beings with dragon blood. Compared to the true Dragon Clan, they are nothing more than small fry. The same goes for Do Qi purity. If an ordinary person's Do Qi is like a level 3, some slightly more powerful factions might have level 4, while alchemists could have level 5. But Xiao Yan, who possesses the sacred flame, has level 10. The purity of one's Do Qi determines its strength. Masters, please allow me to show you to your resting quarters. Soon, a young woman in a flowing robe appeared and led Xiao Yan and the others downstairs to rest. MOU, you've brought good fortune to our Forged Blade Thunder Valley this time. With Xiao Yan's fire attributes so intense, there must be some rare fire-related treasure within him. But how could he just be a third-rank Emperor-grade alchemist? Is it an illusion? No, this is something we must report to the City Lord. If he truly is a powerful being with the sacred flame, the long-standing ailment of our Valley Master could finally be cured. With the Valley Master leading us, our Eastern continent may even make it back into the top 2 at the 4 continents competition. Hehehe. After speaking, Duan Feng left the study, taking with him the paper containing Xiao Yan's registration information. Please follow me, masters. The maid led Xiao Yan and the others deeper into the City Lord's manor, towards a quiet area where they would not be disturbed, an area reserved for distinguished guests. Have you finished your registration? As they were about to move, they bumped into Duan Yu. Thank you, Brother Duan Yu, for guiding us earlier, Xiao Yan said with a slight nod. Duan Yu, though around the same age, was much stronger in terms of power and had a higher status. Duan Yu smiled in response, then greeted Mou and quickly settled Xiao Yan and the others. However, Xiao Yan and the others were unaware that staying in the City Lord's manor was a symbol of both status and power, something that made many people rather envious. Due to the upcoming Eastern Continent competition, many places in Thunder City were specially cleared for the competitors. But having accommodation in the City Lord's manor was unprecedented. Yet, with Elder Duan Feng's orders, no one dared to comment. Xiao Yan and the 2 women were settled in a quiet courtyard within the City Lord's manor. The 2 women's rooms were quite close to Xiao Yan's, but at that moment, Xiao Yan had no interest in such things. After returning to his room, he collapsed onto the bed and quickly fell asleep. The events on Ice and Fire Island had been mentally exhausting, and Xiao Yan desperately needed rest. Elder Duan Feng, it's clearly against the rules to place Xiao Yan and his companions in the City Lord's manor. If the City Lord finds out and gets angry, we may be in trouble. In the corridor, Duan Yu and Duan Feng walked side by side. Duan Yu spoke, clearly having not asked too many questions when they were together earlier. Hehe, don't worry, I'll take responsibility for this. When the City Lord returns, let him know. I have something urgent to discuss with him, Duan Feng said mysteriously, then walked off. Odd, what's going on with Elder Duan Feng today? Duan Yu shook his head in confusion, clearly unfamiliar with Duan Feng acting this way. However, he didn't question it further. After all, Duan Feng wasn't from the City Lord's manor, but from Forged Blade Thunder Valley. He had been sent to gather information. With the City Lord absent, Duan Yu was left in charge of the manor's affairs. He quickly went off to handle other matters. Meanwhile, Duan Feng seemed to have something extremely joyful to discuss with the City Lord. After checking that the City Lord wasn't present, he returned to his study. Knock, knock, knock. Elder Duan Feng, the City Lord has requested your presence. Shortly after, a voice from the guards in the study broke the silence. Finally, he's back? Duan Feng smiled and put aside what he was doing before heading towards the City Lord's location. Oh, what's this about? We still need to register our information, don't we? A few figures remained in the study, preparing to register, but upon hearing the guards, Duan Feng ignored them and left. Though they felt a bit disgruntled, they didn't dare voice their complaints. My lord. Duan Feng, with his white hair but still vigorous spirit, arrived at a pavilion shortly after. At the pavilion, a figure with an ethereal, otherworldly presence sat calmly at a stone table. Hehe, Elder Duan Feng, you've been in such a hurry to find me. What's going on? The City Lord asked, his voice calm. The City Lord appeared young, with a well-proportioned body exuding an aura of scholarly elegance. Please have a look, City Lord. Duan Feng smiled as he placed a sheet of white paper on the stone table in the pavilion. This is Fire Attribute at level 10 concentration? The City Lord couldn't help but exclaim in surprise at the sight. After all these years, has a practitioner with level 10 Fire Attribute Do-Chi Purity finally emerged? The City Lord exclaimed again, clearly astonished. No one understood the significance of level 10 Do-Chi Purity better than the City Lord himself. Their Valley Master had crafted a special crystal ball that could measure Do-Chi concentration, and the higher the concentration, the greater the strength. The Valley Master of Forged Blade Thunder Valley himself possessed a level 10 Thunder Attribute Do-Chi concentration, a power unrivaled in the Eastern continent, thanks to some extraordinary treasures of heaven and earth that enhanced his thunder attribute strength. For ordinary humans, achieving level 7 Do Chi concentration was the pinnacle. Level 8 or 9 would indicate possession of some rare treasures. But level 10? That could only come from the most extraordinary of heavenly artifacts. Fire attribute, and an alchemist at that? As we all know, there are only two types of fire attribute treasures in existence: fire spirit and sacred flame. The city lord's tone carried a trace of fervor, and just the mention of sacred flame was enough to drive anyone mad with desire. Exactly. My lord, based on my senses and deduction, this human named Xiao is highly likely to possess the sacred flame, Duan Feng said with a calm smile. If this fellow truly has the sacred flame and combines it with his identity as an alchemist, he might actually be able to eliminate the hidden affliction plaguing the Valley Master. After all, during the last battle, the Valley Master suffered severe injuries, suppressing an entire faction of the extraterritorial evil clan. Though he has mostly recovered, a portion of the hidden affliction still lingers. Over the years, the Valley Master has mobilized significant resources in search of a solution, but those who possess the sacred flame are extraordinarily rare. And only the sacred flame can eradicate the afflictions left behind by the extraterritorial evil clan, the city lord remarked with a faint smile. You are wise, my lord, Duan Feng replied with a smile. Though Duan Feng was an elder of Forged Blade Thunder Valley, the Thunder City Lord, whether in status or strength, stood far above him, prompting such deference. However, his strength, early 2-star Docian, is a bit lacking. The City Lord shook his head slightly. Nevertheless, the combination of Xiao Yan's early 2-star Docian level and his status as a 3rd-rank Emperor-grade alchemist warranted attention. Besides the sacred flame, I can't help but feel that this young man has some hidden depths. It's likely his alchemist rank isn't just at the 3rd-rank Emperor grade. Otherwise, with my Do Chi suppression at the perfected 3-star Docian level, he wouldn't have been able to dispel it so easily, Duan Feng speculated boldly. You mean? The city lord's eyes lit up. If Xiao truly was an immortal rank alchemist with the sacred flame, there might finally be hope for curing the Valley Master's hidden affliction. And once the Valley Master fully recovered, the overall strength of the Eastern continent could return to its former glory. It seems we must make contact with him. Fortunately, he's residing in the city lord's manor, which makes things easier, the city lord murmured thoughtfully. I wonder what challenge the Valley Master will present in this competition. It's always exciting to see, Duan Feng remarked with a smile. Don't worry. The Valley Master has never let us down. Still, keep a close eye on the city's security. The extraterritorial evil clan and Sin faction seem to be making new moves, the city lord added, a wave of murderous intent emanating from him. Phew. It's been a while since I felt this relaxed, Xiao murmured as he stretched, standing up with a smile. Since completing his registration and settling in, Xiao had rested for a full day and night. Thankfully, the rest had restored his mental strength and physical state to their peak. With some time left before the competition, I should visit the auction house to see if I can find any pills I need. After all, this is Thunder City, so there should be opportunities. And there happens to be an alchemist association here. I might as well update my alchemist rank. Hee. Xiao tidied himself up and gently pushed open the door, careful not to disturb Yuran and the other woman, quietly leaving the city lord's manor. Wow. The crowds here are incredible, Xiao remarked as he slipped out through the back gate and entered the bustling market streets. The air was filled with the lively calls of merchants. Immortal rank weapons. Come take a look. Immortal class Do skills. Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me how to get to the auction house? Xiao approached the elderly man directly, a few gold coins appearing in his hand as he courteously smiled. Thunder City was vast, and without someone to point the way, finding the auction house might prove difficult. Heh. You've asked the right person, young man. Just keep going straight from here, and at the end of the marketplace, you'll find the auction house, the old man replied, grinning widely as he accepted the gold coins from Xiao. Thank you, sir. Without hesitation, Xiao moved through the crowd, heading towards the auction house. Heh, kid. I've finally found you. Looks like the Ice Sin envoy wasn't wrong. But this is Thunder City. Our Sin faction's experts haven't arrived yet. Otherwise, you'd be captured for sure. A person who might possess the sacred flame must be eradicated no matter what. Luckily, only the Ice Sin envoy and I know about this. If he really has the sacred flame, it could be a great benefit to me, swish. The old man who had just given Xiao directions suddenly emitted some strange noises before blending back into the crowd. Xiao, not aware of this, had let his guard down a bit, as anyone would at times. That old man just now, his aura felt a bit odd, remarked the Devourer of Souls after Xiao left the marketplace, continuing toward the auction house. Odd. Xiao shook his head slightly. He hadn't noticed anything peculiar. That guy is likely one of Sin's people. You should be careful, warned the Devourer of Souls. Got it, Xiao nodded, his instincts telling him that the Sin faction was no small matter. Without another word, Xiao quietly made his way through the busy streets and soon found himself near the auction house. So, this is the auction house in Thunder City. It's quite grand. At the end of the bustling marketplace, a magnificent, golden building came into view, slowly entering Xiao sight. This opulent building stood out even in the grand Thunder City. This auction house gathers rare treasures from across the Eastern continent. Plus, with the Eastern continent competition registration going on, many experts are bringing their treasures for trade. There's a good chance you'll find materials to gather the undying fire here, said the Devourer of Souls. Let's hope they have what I need, Xiao murmured. With a slight movement of his storage ring, a black cloak appeared over his body, covering his face and features. This precaution would help avoid unnecessary trouble. If the auction house had what he needed, Xiao, being an alchemist, wouldn't hesitate, no matter the cost. Swish. After concealing himself, Xiao walked directly toward the auction house entrance. Sir. At the entrance, where a red carpet stretched out, several guards stood alert. When they saw Xiao mysterious appearance, they couldn't help but speak up. What is it? Xiao voice, cold and filled with displeasure, came from beneath the black cloak. Before they could say more, a terrifying surge of soul power emanated from Xiao, causing the guards to instinctively step back. No problem, sir. Please, come inside. The guards had initially intended to ask Xiao to remove his cloak, as they were responsible for security. However, sensing the brilliance of his soul power, they immediately dropped the idea. Offending someone with such powerful soul energy could spell trouble. With a cold grunt, Xiao stepped onto the red carpet and proceeded into the auction house. You're strong enough to be my opponent. How about a fight? Just as Xiao passed the guards and entered the auction house, a young man appeared in front of him, blocking his path. This guy, he's fast. When did he show up? Xiao had been preoccupied with thoughts of the auction and whether it would have the medicinal materials he needed, so he hadn't noticed this figure until now. From beneath his black cloak, Xiao sharp gaze fell on the young man, who seemed to be about the same age as him. Dressed in a gray robe, the man exuded an unfathomable strength and stared at Xiao with a smile, faint battle intent radiating from him. Move, hey. I finally found someone with decent strength, and you tell me to step aside? Wouldn't that be losing face? The man continued to press, speaking stubbornly to Xiao. If you don't want to die, get lost, Xiao retorted with a cold snort. You're quite arrogant, aren't you? The gray-robed man said slowly. Swish. Without wasting more words, Xiao leapt forward, his speed surging as he dashed past and entered the auction house. Master! The guards finally snapped out of their daze after Xiao vanished. That mysterious black-robed man had dared to stand up to this gray-robed man. The gray-robed man was one of the top alchemists in Thunder City's Alchemist Association. If word of this got out, it might provoke the displeasure of the association. It's fine. My master sent me to acquire some herbs. That guy was interesting. I hope we cross paths again,